Hi, my name's Naomi Stockman. I just wanted to have a chat today, basically, about who I am, what I do, and how I help people with anxiety and depression to overcome it. And even people with PTSD can overcome that PTSD and return to calm. So, I'm a hypnotherapist, a clinical hypnotherapist, but in addition to that, because hypnotherapy, there's different types of hypnotherapy, and people sort of always think of weight loss or quit smoking, but hypnotherapy, the purpose of it is actually to communicate with the unconscious mind. The reason we want to communicate with the unconscious mind is so that we can change our unconscious programming. And that is just recognizing that it's actually our unconscious that is running our life and not our conscious mind. Our conscious mind is witnessing our life. Our conscious mind is what keeps us separate from other people. The reason that I know that I am me and you are you and that you are separate from me is because I am observing the world and life and my experience from within this body, looking out at you in your body. Our unconscious mind has one task, one directive, one purpose, and that is to keep us safe. And it will do that in any way that it can feasibly think of, regardless of if it's in alignment with what you consciously want. So if you have a deep distrust in your unconscious for the world, for the people, for experiences, if you've had a history of distressing events in your life, your unconscious may try to keep you from re-experiencing those things, and it does that in ways that are often unpleasant for us, because we then miss out on things that we actually want in our life. So sorry while I eat this soup. So hypnotherapy is one way, but there's more than that, because it's not just our unconscious actually runs our body, gives our body signals. It allows our body to not only function but to experience certain things. And you know that gut feeling that people say, I felt it in my gut, I've got a gut feeling about something. And then people also have a heart feeling, like feelings in their heart. So you have thoughts that come from your brain, but there's actually information coming from parts of your body, neurological triggers, neurological signals coming from your heart and from your gut. And that's why they talk about like the heart brain connection and the gut brain connection, because we're not just a brain carried around in a body. We're more. Our awareness is more. Our conscious awareness is a very small part of our experience of life, because if you've heard the saying that we only use 3 to 5% of our brain, well, that's true in one aspect and not in another, because the unconscious is taking up 95 to 97% of our brain. So that's the experience that you're having that you're not aware of. So unconscious experience, but it's still there and it's still recording data and it's still responding and running our life. So the processes that I use in my programs are, number one, a lot of education around a different perspective, different way of looking at how we operate, how we show up in the world, what life actually is. And then from there, once we've got some training and education, we do processes around reprogramming the unconscious mind and using somatic experiences. So if you've had trauma and you've been researching trauma, you may be aware that there's a lot of processes that are somatic based and getting really good results, because trauma is actually stored in the cells of our body, and our unconscious and our body are connected strongly. Like our unconscious runs our body and the signals coming from our body to our unconscious. So there's testing that's been done, sort of research that's been done that shows that we actually are aware of things a few seconds before they're going to happen. Our unconscious is aware of things, so that's why you might get that sudden sensation that something needs your attention, or you might think of someone and they ring, or there's more going on than we're currently consciously aware of. And the whole world is becoming a lot more interested in finding out this stuff. It used to be very black and white. You ate, you worked, you slept, you praised God, etc. You had a religion or whoever you or whatever you believed in, and it was very simple. People stayed in the same job most of their life. People lived in the same houses most of their life. Life was very, I guess, contained, and there wasn't so much option available for us. But with so many options available to us now, we can choose to marry, not marry, have kids, not have kids. We can have multiple relationships in a lifetime. We can have relationships with multiple genders. We can even choose our gender. We don't have to stay in one country. We can even travel quickly between places. There's so much option available, and I don't know if you've ever been into a restaurant where the menu was so big that you just couldn't choose. You're just standing there staring at it, and you have like that information overload where you just don't know which direction to go in, and everything's overwhelming. So it's just like you feel like saying to someone, just pick for me, because there's too many options. The whole world is like that now, but it's not just information. I mean, I put my phone down, the first thing I think of is, I should just Google, and it's knowledge. I'm seeking instant knowledge. Whereas before I would have had to, ring somebody who knew something or go to a library and research. We've got instant knowledge at our fingertips, constant stimulation, constant entertainment, and the chemicals in our brain are going crazy. We've got continuous dopamine hits. We can't relax anymore. We've got, when you watch a movie with your family, people are sitting on their phones, scrolling through their phone while they're watching a movie and perhaps having a conversation. So the attention span of an adult has reduced significantly. I think it's gone down by like a half or a third, or 2/3 actually. And the kids that are coming through now, we've got anxiety, overload, overwhelm, all this kind of stuff happening with little children that are just tiny little kids, are barely toilet trained, 5 years old. So I specialize in anxiety and depression. I specialize in assisting specifically. I have programs for women. The women are usually between 35 and 55. That's not that we don't take younger or older people. It's just that that's usually the age that women get to, and they suddenly think, there must be something else other than this. So if you can relate to anything that I've just spoken about, if you suffer anxiety, suffer depression, if you'd like to have a chat or book in for a free call, just reach out, send me a message. You can check out my website, www.mylocalhypnosis.com.au, or just check me out on Facebook or whatever. Okay, have a fabulous day, and I look forward to connecting in the future. I'm going to eat my soup now. All right, bye.